Hello everyone, this is Sonnet Mondal, and today I'm going to read few poems based on my nostalgia that particularly relate to two villages, the village of Sripur and the village of Jahidpur in West Bengal. While the former is my old home village, the latter is my maternal village. So, the first poem is titled as Grandpa's Veranda. Grandpa used to sit on a protruding part of the veranda of our old house. In a subtle hesitancy, he used to nod to known people walking by, plowing time, watching across the road. During his last days, I remember him mostly staying in the bed where he had slept for more than 6 decades. These days, I sit often in the new open balcony of our house. A few people wave at me, a few smile, and some just walk by. I will be sitting here till these people remain, just as Grandpa still remains in the eyes of those who have seen him there, an inescapable view of places we inhabit, an inconsolable coffin much before we depart, a roofless shelter for nostalgia. The second poem, The Curved Road Home. Yesterday the lights went off at midnight, and the slackening ceiling fan added music to my heavy-eyed muse, stretched like a wire between two shafts of anguish and faith. I could not move. The dragged up stillness failed to return me my stolen sleep. The ticking wall clock felt purer than the falling dusk of winter. Its pulse took me to the narrow curving road leading to my old house in Sripur from the village bus stop. All these passing moments broke through my window like snow. I didn't try to hold these flashes. They kept refreshing like wafts of rain soaked air. Weary and anxious, I thought not to visit that road ever. For I cannot be that child again, walking to the door for someone I expect it to open to. My legs were not on the ground, and I was not flying either. The next poem is An Afternoon in My Mind. I don't remember much about waiting for the bus to my maternal village, or how we made summer tolerable while waiting for trains to the cities. They were like the ignited wick of a cracker, stripping me of my patience. But like a clogging bunch of thaw in the flowing canal of my memories, I have this photo of catching fish with my maternal uncle, cousin, and grandpa, the stoutest one there, holding the fly rod. The ecstasy still lies in the frame, but uncle and grandpa have passed away. The fishes we caught that day still flutter in my mind. The pond must be keeping our reflections safe somewhere in its water, captured by the late afternoon light. The next poem and my last poem is a poem dedicated to the fishermen in the Sundarbans. The name of the poem is Hungry Faith. The fisherman in the Sundarbans was hauling his boat out of the mud into an intoxicated river. Between the pond and hands, a sweat soaked turban hollowed out sounds of struggle, his bulging veins more resolute than the very holes of the fishing net soaking up the sun. The stooping trees of the forest sought to lend a hand, but held by the river bank moaned in the wind. The water looked warm, but didn't rise up to the boat. Somewhere in the fragmented sun, hunger was severing muddy toil. Thank you very much.